The other thing is when you go into this fight and you're coming off a fight with Trevor McCumbee, a guy up and comer, but a guy who was talking trash and motivating him, Resendiz was never going to play trash talk games with Caleb Plant. And I think that that motivates Caleb. He likes a little back and forth. You always see him being a little confrontational at the press conference. The fact that Resendiz didn't play into that is inherently, I think, going to be a tough deal for Plant because I think he wants that confrontation. He wants to get up for the fight. He wants to feel like he's going to fight someone that doesn't like him. It felt as though Resendiz was fine not engaging him, just kind of no-selling him. And Resendiz all week looked like he was in a fantastic shape, which made me wonder, was he better suited for super middleweight all along and had been fighting at middleweight to kind of shrink down to an optimum weight where he felt like he could use size to his advantage, but maybe he can handle himself better at super middleweight. And then one has to also question, when you're teased the Charlo fight coming up after this, where are your motivations at? I think is an interesting spiritual question to ask, is how motivated can you be for an opponent that simply on paper isn't that motivating to the fans? The assumption was Caleb Plant was going to either outbox or stop Resendiz. And Caleb's not dumb, so he's probably looking at the fight and assessing the fight the same way the fans are assessing it, and ended up, like Chris Algieri once said in the Teofimo Lopez-George Kambosos fight, living a nightmare. Everything went wrong. Now, there are some things that have been like red flags in Caleb Plant's career. One is a reliance on reflexes over maybe some traditional moves at time, like flashy moves, and maybe moving a bit too much in the early rounds could have cost him. It really felt like Resendiz, when he got into a groove in rounds 4 or 5, he just took over the fight. He was able to body punch and slow down the output of Caleb Plant, and then there really wasn't a path to victory, it felt like, for me, once he was able to do that. That being said, it's hard for me to also not look at this fight and wonder, was Caleb not motivated?